Now it's time to draw our platforms. We're going to create platforms for 3 different levels. So we're going to have to do 3 sets of platforms. We're going to use the platforms sprite, and under costumes, we are going to make 3 different costumes, one for each level. So what I'm going to do, the code for it is going to be very simply when I receive setup. So that is going to be a certain message that we will have to create. So I will go to new message and I will say set up. Then I'm going to go to the looks and pick switch the backdrop, because the backdrop is going to be a different level. We want it to go to right to the middle of our stage. So you're going to do go to X is 0 and Y is 0, because that will be the center of the coordinate plane, 0 and 0. And we're just going to have it keep switching the backdrop. What you need to do now is go to variables and make a new variable called level. The reason we are doing this is it is going to allow us to help change the levels as we're playing. We want to uncheck it because we do not want to see it on the stage. I'm going to uncheck it, and I'm going to add it here, and I'm going to add it here. So to make the game use the correct level costume, we're going to add this code to this platform sprite, which we have right here. Before we start drawing our specific platforms, it's going to ask us to click once on the code so it runs this code. The reason what it's going to do is it'll center the stage on the platform and it will appear where we want them to be. So now I have my code. I'm on my platform sprite and I'm going to go to costumes. What you're going to be doing is using the paintbrush symbol in the costumes menu to create 3 new costumes. A couple of things you need to make sure. You want this to say convert to vector, because that means you're in bitmap mode. If you see this and it says convert to bitmap, click on it so you make sure you are in bitmap mode. Then over here, you are going to click on the paint. When you click on the paintbrush, it will give you a new costume, and you can delete the old test costume that we played with. You need to refer to the images in the Google slide presentation that show you the 3 different types of layer levels you are going to design. So you notice that it says switch backdrop to level. We need to create our backdrops. So you're going to go over to the backdrops, and basically we just want solid color backdrops. So I'm just going to go to the paint tool, and I've got 3 backdrops so far here. So basically I'm going to make one backdrop yellow background. So I will take the paint bucket and just fill. Now, notice it's not filling. We need to convert this to a bitmap. So I click convert to bitmap, and now the yellow paint will fill. This one I was just using to play around with. I'm going to get rid of that one. The next backdrop I want to be kind of a light pinky purple. So I'm going to take that color, paint bucket, convert it to a bitmap, fill it. And then last but not least, I will make one more backdrop. I will paint it faded more pink. I will convert it to a bitmap, and I will paint it. Now I need to go back to my platforms and make my 3 different costumes of my platforms. So once again, on my choose a costume, I use the paint brush and it gives me my different costumes. So here I have 1, 2, and 3. Basically what you're going to be using is the rectangle tool to draw the various platforms. As I said before, there are 3 images in your Google slide presentation that show you what type of platform each level is supposed to have. So I'm not going to have you watch me draw everything, but I'm going to give you some examples. So you're just going to use the rectangle tool. You pick whatever fill color you want your platform to be, and you simply draw it. The first level is going to be simple steps for your dog to jump up and over. So it doesn't really matter what color you make them. Just make sure they don't blend in with the background. So I'm just going to make like little steps. And yes, you can change their color. They do not have to be the exact same colors that you have them that appear in the images. But here I'm making them for you so you can see. So you just click and draw. Simple steps. One thing I forgot, make sure you're in bitmap mode and do convert to bitmap. Okay, I will show you my 3 examples at the end, but know that they're all made using the rectangular drawing tool. So here are my 3 costumes. Make sure they're in the right order. This one is like a simple step. This is more of a ladder, and I don't know what you want to call them. Make sure they all say convert to vector, convert to vector, convert to vector. They are all bitmaps. Now you have your 3 costumes ready. Levels.